Hi there, this is Jacob Nash, and this is going to be a ACT review, for math at least. And I only did questions 1 through 41 for now, but if you watch this and you want me to do the other ones, then say that. But I just didn't feel like doing it. What I had to do was make my own questions based on a real thing, because I just didn't think I should use the actual thing that's in practice book. But let's see what we have here. And I'm not going to time myself because the purpose is for me to explain. So, all right. Here we have a function f defined by fxy equals 3x squared minus 4y. What is the value of 3, 3? Well, that's pretty simple, because if we see that, we know that's going to be xy. So how about we just plug that in? And in my opinion, it would be a lot easier to just type this right into a calculator, but I'll just do it this way. All right, so then we have 27 minus 12, and then that we get 15. So there you go. That's a pretty easy one. All right, now we're trying to find DFG. All right, DFG, that's obviously where the question mark is. Well, this thing should be completely flat. We're assuming it is. So that means that this full thing has to be 180 degrees. And so whatever this thing is, subtracted from 180 is what this is. But in order to find this, we have to know, there's certain things you just have to know for the ACT. So if you don't know this, I would write down that in a triangle, 3 sides add up to equal 180. So, oh my gosh, sorry. 180 minus 31 minus 96 is 53. So we know this is 53 degrees. So then we do 180 minus 53, because like I said, this whole thing's 180, so we subtract 53, and we get that it's 127 degrees. That's the answer to that one. And by the way, ACT has multiple choice, but I just didn't feel like creating answers. All right, solve. All right, fine. All right, so we know it's still going to be negative. All right. No, we don't need that anymore. 18 divided by 6, what is that? 3. X to 6 minus, or divided by x, well, that's really x to the 1, and when you divide things with exponents, you subtract them. So 6 minus 1 is 5. And this is really 1 also, so 5 minus 1 is 4. Y to the 4th. There you go. That's the answer to that. All right. Let's see this long thing, and I didn't make this prop, by the way. At a certain airline company, the cost to transfer mileage points from one person's account to another account is 0.6, or it's 67 cents per 1,000 mileage points. So we can just write that down. 67 per 1,000 mileage points. We'll just say MP. Oh, guess what? Plus. Oh, well, we don't have to say that, because if we see something that's plus, then we know that we can just say the value, so we'll just use that. We're pretty much creating an algebraic equation. So that times every 1,000, so we're just going to say P, and we could just say divided by 1,000, P divided by 1,000. Plus $19 processing fee. Why are we doing divided by 1,000? And I apologize if you already know this, but I'm just saying this for those people that might watch this that wouldn't know. Well, since it's per every 1,000 mileage points, if you have one point, that's only 1,000th of what it would be for 67 cents. If that makes sense. What is the cost to transfer 7,000? So this is really an equation, and really P is just X. But since we already know the total, which is 7,000, that's what we're going to plug in. So we're going to make Y 7,000. We're trying to find P. So to just make this simpler, we can just do 0.67 divided by 1,000, which is, well, that didn't really make things simpler because we got a scientific notation stupid thing. So let's just keep it as that for now. My plus 19. So now we subtract 19. 7,000 minus 19, we get 6981. Now we will have to do that thing. So we get 6.7 to the 10 or times 10 to the negative fourth p. That might seem stupid, but that's just how it is. So now we do 6981 divided by 6.7 times 10. Oh, we're going to have to do that in parentheses. Times 10 to the negative fourth. We do that in the calculator. And we do not. Okay, I did something wrong. All right, this isn't. Let's try something else. Sometimes you don't always do it the right way. I think I did a different way last time. So we can just divide by 1,000 at the end since it's for every 1,000. That probably will be simpler. So let's just. I know I did something wrong, but let's just go with. This 0.67x. Well, we'll still do p because that's what I was doing. So sorry for any confusion, but let's try this again. We just don't need to do that divided by 1,000 right now. We'll just do that at the end. Okay, so we still get 6981. Didn't forget that, luckily. All right, now 6981 divided by 0.67. Oops, did the wrong thing. Calculator. That is $10,419.40. Oh, well, at least that's not what it actually is. Wait a second. Oh, I can't believe that. All right, I'm sorry. I was thinking as that being the final cost for 7,000. I don't know why I was doing that. That was complete mishap on my part. So I apologize for this complete waste of time. That's what we plug in for p, actually. I was trying to make it harder than it even was. Then we'll divide by 1,000. Okay, so we got 0.67 times 1,000, 7,000 plus 19. That is 4709. Okay. And now we divide that by 1,000 because that, obviously that's not the real thing. So we divide that by 1,000. And what do you know? It would cost $4.71 approximately. So I'm sorry about that dumb thing. Okay. Let's try this one. All right. Oh, well, this is easy. So all we have to do is plug in x. And I would just do that in calculator, or you, but this is that. I'll do that right now. Minus 28. 6. The answer is 60. Hang on, might have had a calculator error already. Something else dumb. 108 minus 28 times 6. That's 260 actually, or 276. I meant. Sorry. So I don't know why there was a calculator error. But that would be 3 times 36 plus minus is plus. So I also have an answer key, and the answer key that I made was wrong for some reason. So sorry about that. Another thing right away. All right. Trey Anastasio earns his regular pay of $46 per hour up to 20 hours of concerts per week. He also gets concert money. But anyways. For each hour over 20 hours, he gets 1.555 times his normal pay. How much does Trey earn when he does 27 hours? So we have to start out with, we have to break it apart into 20 hours and 7 hours, because those are that adds it together to equal 27 hours, but he gets a different pay for each one. So he just gets his ordinary 46 hours, or $46 for those 20 hours, but he gets 1.555 pay. So we have to do 46 times 1.555, which is 71.53. That added together will be the total thing. So 20 times 46 plus 7 times 71.53, and we get that he would get $1,420.71. Right? Working offline. Well, don't care. Alright, in the Challengers Club at 839, there are 7 boys and 3 girls. MacGyver will randomly select 2 kids at one time. The first kid is a boy. What is the probability the second one will be a girl? Well, probability, we're dealing with fractions in this case. So we start out with 7/10 boys, 3/10 girls. But once you take away one of the boys, now there's only 6 boys and 3 girls. But also, since you take one away, then there's not 10 anymore. For the total, it's just 9. So there would be 3/9 that it could be a girl. But really, we should simplify the fraction, and that would be 1/3 chance. Okay. When Mike Gordon fell asleep, the temperature was 33 degrees. When he woke up, it was 7 below. Ooh, what's the change in temperature? Well, all we have to do is 33 minus -7, which that really turns into plus if you know that, and then that is 40. But we could just say, if we're thinking about the change in, we would say it would go down 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, change in temperature, so really, that's the right thing if you're doing change in. Okay. The total cost for MacGyver to rent a car after he crashed his Jeep is $29 a day. So I'll just write that, $29 a day. Oh, and plus 43.1 cents per mile he drives it. So really, once again, I can just do an equation. So we got 29 per day. So I'll just say 29D plus 0.431 M. So what's the cost for that? No tax, okay? Well, all we have to do is plug in what it says, 4 days, 179 miles. And when we do that, we get $193.15. Alright, that's pretty good. So sorry for my setbacks on the last a couple problems before, but that's just a dumb thing that happened. Okay. So now we have a slope problem. What is the slope of this? This is once again one of the things you need to remember. Slope, if you are trying to do 2 points, is this. So this is x1, this is y1. This is x2, this is y2. So all you have to do is plug in the values. y2, y1, x2, x1. -1/3. There we go. That's the slope. One morning at a coffee shop. So if you notice, there's a lot of word problems, but that's just how it is. Each customer ordered either a cappuccino or frappuccino with milk or no milk. A customer will randomly be selected for a prize. What is the probability that they will have a cappuccino with no milk? Okay, well, here's cappuccino, no milk, 8. And what's the total? 35. So that's actually a really easy one. Find x now. Oh, okay. So this is an inequality, so we have to get the x's on the same side, so we can just do subtract 7x from both sides. We have now negative 3x minus 4 is less than 2. Now we add 4 to both sides, so 4 cancels out, and now we have 6. And now we divide by negative 3 to get x by itself, but anytime you divide by a negative with an inequality, you always have to flip the sign. So that would be this. Right? Now we have something that's saying simplify. Okay, fine. We just have to distribute. This is a pretty easy one. 6x, no. 3x minus 6 plus 6x minus 15. You add the x's, 9x. You do that, 21. All right. Here's one that you might wonder what to do, but all you need to do is put this in calculator. Just type it like this. They're just trying to make you do some stupid long thing. But this is the easiest way to do it. You just make the fraction to a decimal, type that, jab that right into the calculator, and what do you know? It is 1,029,000. All right, let's see here. What is the least common denominator? This is another thing you need to remember. Least common denominator. What do you have to do for this? Well, if you didn't know what that was, you have to break apart the denominators as much as you can, and then you multiply all the numbers without duplicates. That's what you have to do. So how can we break apart 81? Well, you might notice, okay, 9 and 9. Well, those can be broken apart, so it's really 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so that's what we have here. Now 36, you might immediately think 9 and 4. Well, that's really 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. So now we have that. Now 27, you might think 9 and 3, but it's really 3, 3, 3. So we multiply all these numbers that I've circled with no duplicates, so it's really only 3 times 2. So the least common denominator is 6. All right. If this thing was moved 2 to the right, what would the point be? Well, 2 to the right, that's this way. That would, or sorry, not that. This would increase by 2, the x. So that would be 25, 25. Man, I got a lot of errors on my answer key. I don't even know why. I was trying to say 23, 27. Okay, what would the midpoint of this thing be? So it might be kind of hard for you to see. This is a picture of Dan Auerbach from 2017. Well, probably really 2016. But how do you find midpoint? Well, the midpoint, you have to just take the x's and divide them by 2. So you just do x1, x2, divide by 2. That's the x point. And then y1 plus y2 divided by 2. You might first think, oh, you just do count what's in between them and divide it by 2. No, that's not right. That's not what you do. So we add the x's. That's negative 1 plus 5. That is 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we know the x is 2. So what's the y? All right, well, 7 plus 9, that's 16. Divided by 2 is 8. So that is the midpoint. You might first think, okay, there's 2 in between that, so the y is 1. No, that's not what it is. We're not asking for like the middle, the like even. We're not asking for the distance. We're asking for an actual point. That's the difference. That would be correct if you're finding the distance. All right. What is x? All right. Oh, Well, we're going to have to factor here. This is like an Algebra 2 topic or something. Maybe Algebra 1. But here's what I would do. I would divide out this x. You always can divide out something that's in both of them. So we just put the x to the side and figure out what it changes to. If we divide x squared by x, we just get x. That's 2 minus 1. I already said that earlier. Divide exponents, or you divide things with exponents, you subtract them. Now, if you divide an x out of 3x, you just have 3. And then on the bottom, we have x plus 3. equals 4. Well, I don't know if you knew this, but if you see the same thing on the bottom of the top, bye-bye. Don't care about that stupid thing anymore. It's just x plus 4. Or x equals 4, sorry. Alright. Oh, don't we love these? No, we don't. We hate these. The ones that are... They are for more than one question. I hate these. But, have to do them. Walnut Creek surveyed 2,000 fans on July 29th, 2022. These are the results. Well, just saying, sometimes things don't make sense. You might be like, what are fans? Well, sometimes there's just things that don't make sense. And here's the data for it. We got age groups 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to... And then we have the fan categories. Very often, occasionally, rare. And there are 2,000 total. If you notice, you add all those numbers, 2,000. Tickets are $49.50 to Moe's Lawn and $200 for a covered area. By the way, this is a real thing. I had to pay $49.50, but whatever. Anyways, what is the average number of fans in the 4 categories? Well, we're talking about fan categories, so we're going to average these. Well, how do you do average? If you remember, what you have to add all of them and divide them by how many there are. So I can't show both things at once, but I have my computer up so I can see that the numbers for very often, 1457, often 401, occasionally 137, rare 5. And that adds up to 2,000. But we divide that by 4, which is how many of different things there are. And if you know, you just get 500. You could have done kind of a shortcut, and if you knew there were 2,000 anyways, you could just divide that by 4. If the sales for the week of the Phish concert was 383,000, and 2,000 adults went to one concert each, how many were Moe's fans? Well, if we remember, the Moe's tickets were $49.50, and the others that it's talked about were 200. So what do we have to do? Well, we need to first consider how much. So we're trying to find how many fans there were. So we could just say Moe's fans. So we'll just say M, 49 times M. But it's not going to just be that, because there were more than just that fan. There was another kind. So we'll just have to add and say, well, there was 2,000, but we got to subtract the oh wait, sorry. There was these tickets cost 2,000, but we can't just say M because they weren't the most. So how do we find what's not Moe's? Well, that's 2,000 minus M, because we know all the other ones are these. Hopefully that makes sense. If we know that there's only 2 kinds of fans, all 2,000 minus the Moe's fans we know are the not Moe's fans.